Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, whenever this finds you. This Sunday, I'm going to do something different. Rather than reading original poems, I'm going to honor John Lewis. I'm heartbroken, but I'm also um, just deeply, profoundly grateful that he existed on this plane and he made this world a better place and all of the incredible accomplishments that he had. Oh, yeah, I thought the only way that I could do a Sunday poem today was to honor him, and I'm grateful to be able to have a bunch of his quotes. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to read you a bunch of his quotes that really move me and share them with you. And I'm sure that you've heard a lot of these before. And if you haven't, definitely do the research afterwards and look. I mean, but you should do some research anyway and just look up his life and look up all the amazing things he's done. Most of you know already, but like for some of you who don't, the depth of this man, the courage that this man exhibited, like you gotta look him up. And so just honoring a great American hero. And so that's what I'm doing today. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and read you these quotes. And these are not mine. These are John Lewis. But they speak to our world and they speak to what's going on. So here we go. I was beaten. My skull was fractured. I was arrested more than 40 times. So each and every one of us can register to vote. Do your part. The vote is precious. It's almost sacred. It's the most powerful, nonviolent tool we have in a democratic society, and we've got to use it. To make it hard, to make it difficult, almost impossible for people to cast a vote is not in keeping with the democratic process. Once people begin to see the similarities between themselves and others, instead of focusing on differences, they come to recognize that equality is essentially a matter of human rights and human dignity. You cannot protect equality for one group and allow unequal treatment for another. If we are a society committed to the concept of equal justice under the law for every individual, then it must apply for every citizen and cannot be reserved for some citizens. This man. There are still forces in America that want to divide us along racial lines, religious lines, sex, class. But we've come too far. We've made too much progress to stop or to pull back. We must go forward. And I believe we will get there. Now I'm not an incredibly religious person, but this is for Elizabeth. Without prayer, without faith in the Almighty, the civil rights movement would have been like a bird without wings. And I just want to talk about that real quick. I read a quote from John Lewis, and he was talking about before they would do the freedom rides or sit-ins or to do any of the practices that they were doing, nonviolent practices to be able to bring equality to this country, they would pray beforehand. And they thought of their fight for equality and fight for justice in this country as a part of extension of their faith. And I thought that was very moving. For a person who's not exceptionally religious, I thought that was very moving. And I could totally see how that is the wind beneath your wings, how that is that push and that drive to keep moving forward. So whatever is your connection to your spirit or to your understanding of truth and value, let that be that guide that helps move you forward to doing good in this world, and to help continue to bring this equality that he worked his whole life for, 80 years worth of life for. Here we go, I have another one for you. History will not be kind to us. So you have a moral obligation, a mission, a mandate to speak up, speak out, and get in good trouble. You can do it. You must do it, not just for yourselves, but for generations yet unborn. All right. Freedom is not a state, it's an act. It is not some enchanted garden perched high on a distant plateau where we can finally sit down and rest. Freedom is the continuous action we all must take, and each generation must do its part to create an even more fair, more just society. And I'm just gonna read you a couple more, but I love this one so much too. I have so many for you to read to you guys, but I know that I'm not gonna read them all, but here we go. All right, so this is another one I love so much. Do not get lost in a sea of despair. Be hopeful. Be optimistic. Our struggle is not the struggle of a day, a week, a month, a year. It is the struggle of a lifetime. Never, ever be afraid to make some noise and get in good trouble, necessary trouble. All right, and I'm going to read you three more probably, but two more. I gave a little blood on that bridge in Selma, Alabama, for the right to vote. I'm not going to stand by and let the Supreme Court take the right to vote away from us. We must say to the Congress, fix the Voting Right Act. Now, they passed it December the 6th, 2019, and sent it to the Senate December the 9th, 2019, and the Senate still hasn't acted to reinforce the Voting Right Act. And I definitely believe that they should do it, period, but they should also do it in John Lewis's memory, So I don't know if there is a color of change, thing to sign. I don't know if anybody has put that out there yet, but that needs to happen. That needs to happen. Okay. And here we go. Oh my God, there's so many good ones. The scars and stains of racism are still deeply embedded in the American society. And I'm going to end with this one. Too many people struggled, suffered, died to make it possible for every American to exercise their right to vote. And I keep going over the voting ones, period, because I want to make sure that everybody knows we have to get out there and we have to vote. And it'd be great if you at least every day get a chance to tell one other person, you're voting, right? And remember to make that part of the conversation, because it's important and it's valuable and it's necessary and it does make change. Even though we get so frustrated and we think, it's not making any change, it makes change. And not just for president, but in all these local elections. Make sure that you know what the candidate's about and what they want to do to make this country a better place. And, vote, okay? All right, so I will leave you with those, and please do some research on Mr. Lewis. He was a great person. I'm starting to cry. Happy Sunday. I hope that you guys are full of love and full of joy and are doing good things for yourself and doing good things for others. All right, sorry to get weepy, but he meant so much to me. All right. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you next Sunday.